Final Fantasy 15.
It's finally
Here.
like my greatest fantasy.
Feels like it's been 15 years, but it's actually only been like 10?
Really? That's it?
I think it's only been about 10 years since they announced this game.
I don't know
Jason.
what everybody's crazy about then. Like, that's not very long.
Sure. This is like a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
You and I have put a small number of hours into this game.
Teeny tiny. I might be 50-50 with gameplay and like playing that dumb pinball game so far.
Sure. But Peter Brown from GameSpot
Hi.
has played all of this game.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for rolling in. You guys got a hold of this game way early, so you have finished it.
Yes.
Played it to excess.
That's crazy. Yeah, Brad and I, like he just said, have only put a couple hours in, and we're really struggling to find out what the hell this game is. What is going on in Final Fantasy?
This game is a weird mashup of different ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's pretty self-evident that this game went through a lot of trouble during development. The way that it sort of ended up is this weird division between story and gameplay, and I really like the gameplay and I like the world, so 65 hours in, I'm still playing because there's a lot of high-level stuff left.
Okay, like post-story stuff?
Oh yeah, I finished the story around 30 hours in, and even that was a bit relaxed.
Yeah, I've heard the main story. If you just kind of mainline the plot, it's like shockingly kind of not long.
Yeah, players in Japan are already doing it in like 12 hours and
I think
stuff
what
like
you're
that.
saying like 20 average for just the story.
Yeah, some people were. I think that's what Jason Schreier did.
Yeah.
For Kotaku. But yeah, I mean,
in a way that's kind of encouraging because you're not necessarily going to have to grind for a large number of hours in order to beat the game. Right?
There is this one story mission where it presents a hurdle where suddenly the recommended level jumps.
Okay.
So at that point, I decided to grind, but Japanese players are beating this at level 36, which is like 10 levels below what that chapter recommends.
Okay.
So maybe you don't have to meet that.
What's going on here? You're what is this, like chapter 5 or something?
This is chapter 5.
It's like a few hours into the game.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of the Trial of Rama. I'm trying to get one of the game's summons known as Astrals. And they are really interesting because the game makes a big deal about them during the story. But unlike summons in past Final Fantasy games, they are ridiculously hard to summon because it's not like...
That's just not a menu option.
It's not a menu option, no. You have to be in a certain part of the world and presumably meet battle conditions. But even knowing what those rules are, I summoned maybe 5 times, 6 times over 60 hours.
No kidding.
And some of the summons I never even saw after I got them.
Huh.
And is that due to just like, you didn't meet the criteria?
No, I met the criteria that PR told me I met up and down.
Okay.
Numerous times trying to summon them as hard as I could. And
Still couldn't pull it off?
No, and then they would appear in battles where I had really no need for them.
Interesting.
So that kind of sucks.
What?
Yeah, that's too bad. But yeah, otherwise, this is typical of dungeons in the game. They tend to be very dark. And the enemies you fight, this is like a little double imp guy. They tend to be more sinister, more fiendish than what you see in the overworld, which is for the most part wildlife.
Gotcha.
Still gotta kill a guy?
Straggler.
So I'm actually really liking what I'm seeing and feeling with combat. So
Yeah, the
far.
combat seems cool
Yeah.
and promising from the little bit I've seen.
Yeah, it's like an interesting mix of real time and you do pause the action to use items. And there aren't really curative spells in this game, just as is. You can...
I've seen a lot of potions and maybe some like link skills or whatever.
Yeah. So that's all useful. But when you create magic in this game, everything is based on fire, lightning, or ice, and thus has an offensive thing with it. So the most you can do is cast a spell and have it heal you as a byproduct. But you also put your party in danger when you cast a spell, because if they are in the area of effect, they will either be burnt or frozen or shocked. So you've got to be pretty careful in that regard.
Look at that parry.
Yeah.
So the combat really does seem a lot about dodging and countering and parrying, not so much about... Because the actual attack button is something you just hold down.
Yes,
And it
correct.
just kind of strings combos automatically.
Yeah.
So it looks like a stylish action game, but you don't have like that kind of direct control.
Yeah.
Right. You're not dictating the individual,
not like you have-
swings of a sword.
Right, you don't have like light and heavy attacks. I mean, it seems like from what I saw in the early part of the game, like they're encouraging you to switch weapon types mid-combo and stuff. Is that something you actually focus on?
No.
Okay.
Really? Oh no. Okay.
No, I didn't do. I mean, I basically found weapons that I liked and just relied on them.
Okay.
Okay.
There is a bit of a gimme here, like during these sort of like limit breaks that you can assign to characters. It's really hard to get damaged. The game kind of like gives you like a free pass a little bit.
Yeah, because when you run out of HP, you don't die immediately, right? You go into like a danger state,
Yes, correct.
and then you can still get out of that.
Yes.
Did you actually die much? Like, would you say it's a hard game?
No, it's not a hard game. There were a few like high-level enemies I met in the field where I thought like, oh, maybe I had a chance because I was at the same level as them. But once you get above level 40, even if you have a leg up on a lot of enemies, they can still be kind of a challenge. So
Can you take cover there?
take cover, yeah. So
It's like you just get all your stuff back, right? If you hold square and
well, so cover replenishes it faster.
but it just comes back anyway.
Right, but if you warp strike, or warp to a
Point warp.
point warp, yeah.
Yes.
That'll refill your MP right away.
Okay.
So as you can see, there's some black that's left on the health bar.
Yes.
So that is like stuff that has been taken away, and I have to use elixirs, which are expensive items to replenish that. You do later on unlock an ability that will let it refresh on its own. I'm gonna use my Armiger attack. So
yeah.
you collect these like ancestral swords, from your forefathers, the old kings of Eos.
Oh sure.
And
Love those guys.
like you do. And so your Armiger is an attack. It's kind of like Noctis's Limit Break, where he just gets to summon all those at once and deliver powerful strikes, and he is invulnerable at that point. He can lose health, but he won't get into a danger state if it gets down to 0. It'll just pause at like 5
Whoa!
HP.
Jump scares.
Yeah, lots of spooky stuff in the dungeons, and jump scares are definitely a thing. We'll go into a higher level dungeon a little bit later. This save is maybe about a third of the way through the story.
Okay.
So we'll jump into something about 60 hours in.
Is this this isn't the same dungeon that was in that old demo, is it? 'Cause I remember there was a cave
No.
in that one.
No, it's
So are a lot of the dungeons just
Distinct.
these kind of featureless caves? Or do they get creative?
No, they get very creative. I mean,
Okay.
you are going into these like, ancient castles where like maybe you go up to it at first and you're like, man, I have no idea how to get in here. But then night falls and suddenly it starts to glow a weird way, and then you're like,
Huh.
okay,
Oh.
it needs to be nighttime for me to
Because
go in.
this does have a day-night cycle, and there's like there are gameplay ramifications because the enemies get harder at night and stuff. But
They really do.
so they use that for puzzly stuff too, then?
They use it
From the
for,
sound of it?
to get inside the dungeon, in some dungeons, yes. But then inside those in particular, you do see more interesting designs and more puzzle-like elements in terms of navigating the space.
Yeah.
Warp striking is really useful, especially if you warp from a distance, because you get a damage multiplier.
Yeah, the farther you warp, the more it does, right?
Right, so it's sort of using those warp points that we mentioned earlier is smart because it'll refill your MP, but it also usually puts you a great distance from the enemies.
Okay.
So it's an easy way to launch an attack that's powerful after, restocking your magic points. as well.
And only Noct has that ability, right?
Yes.
Noctis.
Yes.
Not. Listen to you.
Wow.
It's like first name basis with that guy.
We're homies, man. Yeah. We went on a road trip one time.
Oh yeah. So it's a great
Played some
bonding
pinball.
experience.
We had some eggs on toast.
Oh, yeah.
At this diner. Dude, the fries were amazing.
Rolled out
there.
the Coleman and went to town.
Yeah. There has been, like, I'm kind of joking, but like that has been my gameplay experience thus far. Is like rolling down the road with my homies.
It like weirdly is actually just a road trip from what I've seen so far.
Whoa!
I'm sure it gets a lot crazier later on, but the early parts of the game are literally like going from one truck stop to another.
How
Like stopping at a gas station and buying.
Peter, I
like, some
don't know
tapes.
if I want that to change. I like that. I like hanging out with these dudes. Like what? How much of the gameplay is going to be that?
You will get a lot of that. So
Okay,
the
good.
story,
All right.
the story chapters, around 7 or 8, chapter 7 or 8, it switches to very like sort of linear, like corridor dungeons and action set pieces. But the first half of the story missions are what you guys are describing. It's like showing you the open world, doing a lot of road trip stuff, and then after you beat the story and you continue to explore the world, there is that's pretty much all you do is road trip around.
Yeah.
So
Do you still have access to the entire world after
yes,
the story's over?
Yes.
That's good.
Is that true the entire game? You can go back to any old area at any time, or do they kind of lock you in and out of stuff as the story?
The later chapters, they lock you in.
Okay.
But there is a conceit that the game allows, which I kind of don't want to spoil.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's not even like an interesting spoiler. It's just something that's really weird.
Yeah. We'll hold off since the game just came out. But.
I will
looks really
say, I will say, it involves staring very deeply into your childhood dog's eyes.
Okay.
I have met that dog. He's a weird dog.
Umbra.
The dream dog. Oh yeah. He brought me a book.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got that book.
And there were like love letters in it from
Yeah.
the lady I'm supposed to marry.
Yeah. Who's in the game for all of like 5 minutes.
Are you serious? Really?
She
Oh, man, okay.
appears so infrequently.
Okay.
It's really a shame. And not to beat that drum. But,
I thought that was going to be a pretty big story beat, like them. Okay. All right.
No, I mean, like, no, they are a major part of the story, but
Okay.
it is not the only factor at hand.
There's more going on.
There's more going on.
Than like, it starts off just like, arranged marriage, you gotta go get hitched so this treaty can be signed.
Whatever you say, Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you doing here? Is this a story dungeon, or are you trying to get something? Oh, yeah, the Ramu stuff.
The
right,
Rama
right,
stuff, yeah. So this is, an effort to essentially, like, the kingdom my dad has been deposed and killed at the beginning of the game. And so you were trying to collect these powers that will let you sort of, reclaim the throne.
Okay.
And all of that.
That's kind of the through line of what's going on here.
Yes.
in the game?
Yes,
It's a
exactly.
coming of age story, really.
I mean,
Every teen goes through this at some point
Yeah.
in their lives.
Wait,
We can all relate.
what was that sound?
My dad, in particular.
There's like a lot of love for Prompto out there, from what I'm seeing.
Prompto is good. He can be a little obnoxious,
Yeah.
but I find
Is he the nerdy
Yeah, he's
squall type?
the guy who takes all the pictures of stuff you're doing.
Okay.
Ignis is the nerd guy. But I think
No, I meant like he's kind of a scrawny squall.
Yeah, yes.
Or cloud, I guess.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, or Titus, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's irreverent.
And why did it have to be a snake?
Like, yeah, he can be a little heavy-handed, but like compared to Ignis, who's just like, well, I'm British and I wear glasses,
Yeah,
so
that
I
guy's
must
British
be smart.
affectations are so over the top.
Dude, I'm so tired of him, and Gladio just doesn't offer anything to me.
What are you talking about, Peter?
Like every time that dude opens his mouth, he's just like, I am a serious British man.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
I don't know where Prompto went.
Prompto's cool though.
Oh, he's down there.
Is he cool?
I think he's all right.
I don't know, man.
I don't know if we'll see it in here.
Hey,
but like,
if I was on a road trip, like, and I saw these kids walk into a diner, I would roll my eyes pretty hard at them.
The thing that makes me roll my eyes the most is like usually when you finish like a big conversation and it like does the chapter complete screen, the idle animation it defaults to is Noctis fixing his hair.
Of course, which looks like a big chocobo.
these guys do sort of seem like the goth kids that are going to sit around at Denny's all night drinking
Yeah.
coffee, smoking,
goth so much
smoking
other
cigarettes.
than just wearing a lot of black.
Well,
but
the fashion is there.
Yeah.
At least.
There is some QTE stuff in battle.
how many wallet chains have you been able to?
Not enough, man.
Yeah, I was surprised to hear you say that there's like no armor in the game. Like they make a big deal during the tutorial out of like you can equip new outfits to get new stats and stuff.
So yeah, you
And
can.
then there aren't any.
So you're given 2 outfits, and you can take your jacket on or off to make 4.
Right.
And for the entire game up until the very end, that is all you have access
Yeah,
to.
that's weird that they even bother to let you equip different clothes and then don't give you different clothes.
Yeah, I'm playing like a jerk right now. Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm so far removed from my actual progress in this game.
That tends to happen in quick looks.
Yeah,
I am totally not going to fault you. You're fine.
fault me.
This looks pretty nice.
Oh yeah,
Like-
it's a great looking
Like
game.
little parts of the game here and there I've looked at and said like, I can kind of see where this was a PS3 game at one point, but then a lot of it looks pretty nice.
Yeah.
Are you on a regular PS4?
This is a pro, but
Okay.
honestly, I played on a regular PS4.
Yeah.
And I'm sure people are going to yell at me in the comments or whatever, but I have not noticed a meaningful difference.
It doesn't sound like there is a huge difference right now. I don't know if they're still working on it, but I mean,
Yeah.
if you play on a Pro, there is an extra menu option for
Right.
setting like high resolution or whatever. Like,
It's basically the difference
Or high
between
frame rate, yeah.
favoring anti-aliasing or
yeah,
frame rate.
Right.
I did watch like a comparison video last night.
Yeah,
I struggled to see much difference.
Yeah, I think like people that have been counting frames are saying that the high frame rate version on the Pro is a little better, but it's not like a huge difference.
That only matters to people who count frames.
Yeah. So I've been playing on the Xbox One, and there's definitely some issues with as far as like resolution is concerned and aliasing.
I believe
It's
that's
not-
at 900p.
Yeah.
Upscaled.
It certainly seems as such. But yeah, just watching some comparison stuff. I mean, it plays and it looks fine. And if I hadn't looked at like the PlayStation 4 version, I probably wouldn't have an issue, but
They haven't said anything about a PC version, have they?
They've only
think
hinted
so.
at it.
Oh, okay. I mean, 13 ended up coming out on PC.
Yeah.
I would expect this eventually.
13 was really rough on PC. when it
Really?
arrived. Oh yeah, like I think it was locked at 720p on PC or something like that. Maybe it was 900. Yeah, that odd resolution.
you like the Tempest? It looks really cool.
It's the only one I can use for him right now.
Oh, sure,
Because you can
yeah.
only assign one at a time, which is another kind of limitation that I'm not fond of.
You're talking about the party member abilities?
Yeah, like you can unlock, maybe a half dozen to 10 per character, but during battle you only have access to one, which is it makes it like a limit, limit break.
That's fine.
Right.
It's okay. Yeah, yeah.
Point warp. Yeah.
It's a weird mechanic.
Yeah, like just being able to zip around the battlefield. And
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
And how you summon your weapons. And
Yeah. It's so different from your average Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how deep into it I want to get, but like I feel like the expectations around this changed so much just by them renaming it to a mainline Final Fantasy,
Yeah.
All bets were kind of off at that point. It's like, okay.
I mean, because I think even when
Going to be
they
a new proper one. Let's see what they got.
I guess so, yeah. But like even when they announced it as Versus 13 a zillion years ago, I think they said then that it would be a more action-oriented thing, right? Like that was
yeah.
fine then because it was they built it as an offshoot to begin with. It's like this is not a main storyline or a mainline Final Fantasy. It's
Yeah.
it's a side thing, and then it became one.
Yeah, I mean, it's very strange. I have a lot of hope for good DLC for this game.
He's here.
But it doesn't bother me here, and it didn't bother me with Metal Gear Solid 5. But this is another one of those examples where you can look at the game and you can see evidence of them struggling to bring a series to the modern open world format, which is got to be challenging, for devs that have never worked in that before. With a series that has such high expectations surrounding it. But I think they pulled it off pretty well. The issue here is just the story.
Ooh,
The story isn't big enough to handle the scope of the world.
Yeah.
Do something.
Holy
Not.
crap.
Don't ask.
Yeah, so this is the sort of, and I think I was telling you guys, like, when I was playing this game a little bit before you, that, there's some, like, Dark Souls-y type things going on here. And this is, like, kind of one of the, the things I'm talking about. Like, there is genuinely creepy stuff in dungeons.
Rad. Okay.
I forget how this plays out or even what I'm supposed to say.
Have you seen a lot of dialogue trees?
Yeah,
Have they seemed pretty impactful?
no.
Okay.
I mean, most of them take place with your party members, and it's all about, I should really heal my party.
Yeah.
And it's all about, hey, should we stop and take a photo? Or, hey, should we go try to fight a monster? Like,
Weird.
It looked like you could get some skill points out of conversations.
yes.
some cases.
Yes, and those show up so infrequently. Ignis has been turned into a toad, so I need to fix that.
Okay.
Do I not have? Fuck, I don't have Maiden's Kiss.
Walk me through combat here. Like, what's going through your head?
During this really hard boss fight? Okay.
Is this the boss?
I think it's just like a high-level enemy, which is essentially a boss in this dungeon. So yeah.
Ignis is hurting. We can heal him with a
Yeah.
potion just at any point.
Yeah, but the thing is like I might as well give him a Phoenix down at this stage. Because to give him a potion wouldn't really do me any good. Yes, I'm a frog.
You're a frog with
I
a
don't wanna-
flashlight.
I don't want to alarm you, but
The flashlight.
can you take cover? Can you like use your tongue to like zip warp somewhere?
No, there's nothing I can do there. And I don't have any... All right, I'm just going to use a Mega Phoenix because this is a demo and I don't care.
Yeah, the save is toast anyway.
Cool. All right, so we're gonna warp up there.
I'm going to warp up there, I'm going to strike this guy, and I got like a 2 damage multiplier. So you can change gear in battle, so I'm going to try to give him a...
4 slots. Okay.
Let's see, you unlock more as the game goes on. If you have to spend ability points, though, to make that happen. I think the Rainbow Pendant is the one that protects from Toad. No, it's... I don't know. Might just say fuck it. All right, fuck it.
Fuck it. Just don't get hit by that.
I'm a Toad.
That's the damage multiplier you get off the warp strike is just for the initial hit, or is
Yes.
that, so it doesn't last for a while.
As far as I'm aware, yeah, it's just for that initial strike.
And then positioning comes into play. Like
Yeah,
you
there's
get
like
the back strike
there's like,
stuff.
blind hits and stuff like that.
Yep, and the cool thing about those is that if you have a party member nearby, they will join you for a link strike, so
Yeah.
you get a more significant attack.
And you like do like a back-to-back attack. It's stylish, man. They like high five and fist bump and stuff. It's cool.
Is that something you can like have any chance of coordinating, or you just kind of have to get lucky and hope they're nearby?
As you go throughout the game, like you kind of get a sixth sense for like when the right time is there, and you do eventually unlock a thing that extends the range for Link Strike activation. So in that sense, yes, the game will help you along, but really you kind of just have to get a feel for combat and just get used to doing it.
Certain weapons more effective against this particular enemy, or?
Yeah, so in dungeons, you fight a lot of we're just known as demons.
Sure.
That's just how they're referred to. And so there are like light-based weapons that are effective against demons. I don't think I have one of those equipped right now. They tend to be lower, they have lower stats than other weapons you have at that point in the game, whenever you go into a dungeon, but they are more effective. So it can be a little misleading if you just look at numbers.
How's the camera been treating you? Like, I've just been doing the open world stuff and it's been absolutely fine. But
yeah, it's been
I'm
fine
seeing
outside.
some situations when you're in tight quarters where that's...
Yes, in tight spaces it's weird. One of the things that I was really happy I did early on was I pulled the combat camera back and I set it to a far setting.
Oh, cool.
Which
Yeah,
really does give you a broader view of what's happening.
At first, right? But is that more detrimental when you're in a tight spot?
No.
Okay.
No. It actually tends to help in my experience.
I think I might do that.
And then there are camera settings for your car that don't exist. The game doesn't, they exist, but the game doesn't tell you that they're there. It has a HUD that shows you controls when you're in the car.
Yeah.
Camera's not one of them. So tap the L1 button or the LB on your Xbox controller.
Do you get like a cinematic view?
You can pull it back
Grand
a couple
Theft Auto?
times, and you can do there's no cinematic view like that. And you can go first person in the car.
Oh, she's going. That's it.
At some point, after you beat the game, you can turn your car into a flying car.
What?
And I had not found the camera control at that point, and the camera is so up against the back of that car that I was like, this is stupid, I don't want to do it. And then I found it by accident. Changed everything.
Do you want to keep going in this dungeon, or are you almost at the end? I kind of want to take a look at the car and see some open world. Although, is that the objective right up there?
I don't know. We can go check it out.
Yeah,
Show me,
what's
Rama.
going on up here, but I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit of the later game open world stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to see the flying car?
That
no.
might be a little too late for people who haven't played it yet. I would like to see it, but maybe we'll do that right at the end, and people can turn this off if they don't want to see it.
Sure. They have shown it in trailers, so
have they?
Yeah, it's not that secret.
I've been steering clear of like the demos and trailers and stuff. Is that your link friend?
Yeah, some of this does look pretty nice.
Oh yeah.
Creepy eyes.
So there was like a thing in the game like a year or two ago when they were saying, oh yeah, at night Noctis can turn into this like dark version of himself. But that only really happens when you use summons at this point.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, I mean, I guess that's kind of...
More fire and brimstone.
Is that it? Do I just leave the dungeon now? It's probably going to ask me, do you want to return to the entrance?
Oh, that'd be good.
Not all of them. Poor Luna. Perhaps you'd better console her in person.
Well, yeah.
I might do that.
Right away.
I am so British.
Scowl along the way.
Make me some toast.
Everyone has to weigh in. It can't just be one person.
How's that? Has that been a little irritating, or?
Yeah, I changed to the Japanese voice track for a while just because I don't get the affectations, so it doesn't rub me the wrong way.
Oh, sure.
But I eventually did switch back at one point. Okay,
So far, when I've been playing, like, I've actually appreciated all their interactions and stuff. Like,
It's been pretty good for the most
Yeah.
part. Some of the translation is maybe a little like stilted in some spots, from what I've heard, but
I'm just a curmudgeon, I guess.
not too bad. Whoa.
So these things fly around and set up like mobile military bases, which at first it sounds like, oh, they're just going to be emergent bases. That's rad, but no, they do settle in one spot.
Well, I found her, but she's out of...
Is it?
oh, her voice is a reason to change the
I'm the only one with a southern accent.
I do declare.
Don't
worry about it.
Seems like it's got that kind of modern Final Fantasy mix of like,
You sure about that?
well, I was gonna say medieval. It's not really medieval, but like sort of, like it's futuristic and also slightly.
You might even say it's a fantasy based on reality, which is
okay,
what
sure.
they've been shoving down our throats in marketing materials
I see.
for the past 5 years. Shall we do some high-level stuff?
Yeah. Why don't you run around here just a little bit? Is the car nearby?
Sure.
I kind of just want to see.
This is
a little bit of the open world stuff here because I've only seen that.
Yeah, and just like the flow of that.
The first
like,
big area so far. Oh wow.
Yeah, world is big.
So
a lot of icons.
where are we at here? Is this connected?
This looks like an open world game.
Is this connected to the area you start in, or is this a totally different map?
This is the map you start in. There are
This is, so that stuff over there to the
Yeah.
to the east is the beginning of the game.
yes, you start off
desert area?
in the desert near Hammerhead.
Okay, so
which
this is all okay. So most of the game is on the same map.
Yes, there are 2 other maps,
Okay.
but they are insignificant compared to this.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So apparently there's a lot of blockades up. I'm that early that I actually can't go too far. We'll drive around for a minute or 2. and
Yeah,
then,
just to show people how the car stuff works.
So that's a mining spot over to your
it down.
little north. Ooh.
Oh, up here? Yeah, so you'll pick up like gems or something that you can use for crafting magic or just sell.
Okay. And you're in proximity to an enemy right now. That's the red ring.
Yes,
Is that right?
these guys, these Vortooth, the Vorteeth.
In that respect, how do you leave combat? Just leave that ring, I would
Yep.
assume? Okay.
Yep.
And just pray that they don't follow you?
They don't usually.
Okay.
Pretty like once that ring is set up, they tend to stick to it.
Do you drop gold when you run away?
No,
Okay.
money is pretty hard to come by in this game. So
Yeah,
like,
that's what it looked like from the early part that I've played.
Yeah, so taking the hunting bounties is the best advice I can give you for that early on.
Early on.
Are those
fast travel to my car?
are those repeatable, or you just do them once and they're done?
Oh, I don't have my car right now.
Uh-oh.
You can. Oh, I was gonna say, can't you summon your car? But,
No, but there might be a story reason why I don't have it.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we could load another save right
Yeah.
now if you want to.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Also, French fries are like expensive. Like buying food at the diner. What the hell? I had like 3,000 gold or gil or whatever, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden I'm like, I'm kind of famished. I'm gonna
Peter.
get a couple of these.
What's up?
Peter, before you do that, can you jump into the options and see if you can lower down the audio just a hair?
Yeah, the audio mix on this is really weird. Just in general.
Yeah, the master.
Okay,
Yeah, Master, take it down to like 50.
let's take it down.
Take
All right,
it
thanks.
down. Yeah.
What?
Like,
I don't think it jumped back up to 100.
did it?
It's just like our Vizio app. Okay, adjusted. Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, like when you're driving around, you can listen to music, like albums that you
Yeah.
collect
Yeah, you
from-
can buy like CDs at the gas station.
Yeah. Well, I guess we could look on your next save. I want to see what albums you have. 'Cause it starts you with what do you have? It starts you with Final Fantasy 1,
Yeah.
7, and
No, it doesn't.
there's some
you gotta
15
buy
stuff.
7.
I could have sworn I had 7 in my inventory when I started.
I think I did too.
Well, I'm a liar.
It's fine. You're not a liar. You're just so wrong.
Maybe it was 8. I don't know. Maybe 13. There were a couple in there.
Doesn't matter.
I think it was 13.
But I was listening to like the freaking Final Fantasy 1 overworld theme while I was cruising around in my car.
Yeah.
So, but the
Kind of-
problem with that is the
kind of
volume
awesome.
is super low. I don't know if you experienced that, but I was talking to Giancarlo and he was like, "Is it weird that I can't hear the music?" I had to rebalance all my stuff because it was just so quiet.
Seemed okay for me so far, but
You do at some point get like a portable MP3 player, so you can listen to the songs while you're in the overworld.
Oh, that's cool.
But the game is pretty strict about what constitutes the overworld. So if you go into a dungeon, it's like, nope, you have to listen to dungeon, foreboding music and stuff like that.
How long are we on this load for?
That's a great question.
I don't know. Loads hadn't been too bad for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you tried to fast travel yet?
No. I've just let it drive me everywhere
Yeah, give it a shot.
that it wants to.
Give it a shot.
Take the wheel.
Okay.
Yeah.
The driving is weird in this. I don't know if we'll see any of it here, but it's like even when you use the manual control option, it doesn't seem completely manual. Like it still
Right.
still sort of forces you to make a lot of turns and guides you
Yeah,
in specific directions. Like you can't just freely drive around the world.
right. Yeah, you are not essentially. It's not like a driving game typically.
Yeah.
Peter, I have to ask you about that stamina meter above your head.
Yes, you do, because the game does not have it on by default.
Yeah, I was
to
going to
turn
say
it
where the
on.
hell. Okay, so that's
So-
in the options somewhere?
Yeah, it's in the options.
So I'm going to teach you guys a handy trick.
Yes.
After I get out of this battle. Have I already told you the trick? In real
I
life?
follow you on Twitter,
Okay, there you go.
but yeah, you could, not everybody does. They should.
No, they really shouldn't.
Okay.
I tweet infrequently, and it's often very self-serving.
That's pretty much Twitter. You know,
That is Twitter. Yeah.
I'm going to. Let's fight it. All right, so when you run, your stamina meter goes down, and you can press in the analog stick to run,
Or hold circle.
and I recommend holding circle because what you can do, which you'll see in a second, I've upgraded my stamina, so I have
Oh, you
Yeah,
can do
that's
that.
considerable.
quite a bit. Oh, is it gonna like stop me right there?
You're running, you're running, you're running.
So what I did just there.
That's what that is. Okay, I've had that
Yeah.
happen to me accidentally.
What, how exactly did you do
Let
that?
me do it now that I'm not going to be interrupted by
That
the
looks
terrain.
incredibly useful.
Yes, it is. You don't need to upgrade your stamina at all. You can have infinite stamina if you hold down the circle button until the very last second,
Okay.
and then you quickly let go and press it again right now,
Oh, wow.
and then it instantly refills.
That's
There we
supposed to,
go.
is that a built-in trick or is that an exploit? I'm not sure.
That's a built-in trick. I mean,
Okay.
it's got a special animation.
Right.
You know, it's just like the car control where it doesn't
Yeah.
tell you the camera. There's a control for that. It's not a.
Huh.
It's not some weird trick. I'm gonna summon a chocobo.
Oh, what? Yeah, I was about to ask what's that 7 days left up there with the chocobo icon. Oh, God. That's a sizable bird.
Easy now.
He looks delicious.
Yeah, what is that time limit up there?
So you own chocobos, but you don't have ownership of them. Right. So
You're
it's
leasing it,
you
right?
have to lease it, and yeah, like I think it's like 50 gil a day.
Did you see
or
him
something
jump in
like
the
that.
air? Oh,
Pretty
my
good.
God.
Wow.
Let me get some speed.
This looks great.
Get out of my way.
What?
What?
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
get the hell out of there.
I thought he just
you can-
shat all over the road.
You guys can drift as well. I don't know if you know
What is
that.
happening?
You can.
You just drifted your what?
Yeah, here, I'll do it again. Real quick.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
That's crazy.
All right, I'm gonna get off and fight this guy. These are the red sons of bitches. I forget their name.
What?
What are their? What's his name?
He looks.
Yeah. Oh, I hate when these happen. You're about to go into battle and they pull you out for like 10, 15 seconds to like prep you for a thing that's super easy to accomplish. Just let me fight.
Just do it.
I can't move. I can't. Okay, there we go.
Are you
That
targeting?
seems kind of frustrating. Do
you
you get a
targeting-
bonus for completing that though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it letting you target different body parts there?
Yes, but
looks like-
yeah, but controlling that can be kind of difficult given the speed of battle. Like
Yeah.
you don't. I don't know. It's kind of a pain in the butt to worry a lot about that.
Dawn Hammer. So that circle is like a follow-up thing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I can warp out of his hand in a second. If I'm closer, he's gonna throw me.
Cool.
Got that. Now this, in theory, should distract the enemy by putting a. It's like illumination in the air.
Huh.
Wow.
It doesn't always work though.
What happens if you don't get your 2 link strikes here? You fail, or is it just a
No,
bonus
you
thing?
just don't get the bonus.
Okay. You got it.
I'm gonna use.
One skill point.
This is the Ring of Lusai, which you get at some point in the game, and it allows you to do some shit. I don't know if I can pull it off with this enemy, but for lower level enemies, eventually, oh, I ran out of MP. You can just suck the life right out of them instead of having to fight them. But it also, I gotta find a warp point. I need magic. I'm just gonna use a ether. It also allows you to automatically fade through attacks and deal damage back to the enemy.
Jeez, that thing sounds pretty powerful.
It is basically the One Ring. So let me see if I can. This attack I won't work on. Hold on. All right. So if I hold down square with my ring equipped, any physical attacks. See how he blinked blue right there?
Yeah.
Wow.
So he was damaged by me using my ring.
Huh.
But the thing is that holding that down will essentially deplete your magic points.
Sure.
I'm not going to be able to kill him with that.
Yeah.
But I will, in just a second, cast another spell. Why can't? No, I need magic desperately. Sorry.
Go hide behind a rock.
There's no rocks.
That's what I do.
So my armor.
So what are your other options for getting MP back, besides like a potion or hiding behind a rock? Or
That would be. Sorry.
that's really it?
No, so potion, hiding behind a rock, and using the warp point.
Gotcha. Oh, that's right.
Die on me.
Why isn't my shit working? Oh, because I need total MP.
Awesome.
Hold on, there's one more spell I want to show you guys. So I'm gonna do this. All right. So, oh fuck. I'm sorry, I am blowing this big time. Okay.
You're good.
All right, so when you have a bunch of enemies, you can cast this Sailor Moon spell, and it will create this big freaking thing that will suck up enemies and just destroy them instantly.
All right. It wouldn't be Final Fantasy without some ridiculous spell animations.
But there are like 3 of those in the game. Like the rest of the spells you cast, it's just like, yeah, that's clearly ice.
Yeah,
or,
they're just the little like AOE flame attacks and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's cool. All right, this guy's getting it now. Jeez, man. Okay. Whatever you just did was highly effective.
That looked awesome. So when you blink, it leaves behind.
Yes, so that's an ability that I've unlocked.
I was gonna say, mine doesn't do that.
Yeah, so yeah, you use that to distract enemies.
Cool.
Let me get to the car.
Celebrate by eating something dead.
Yeah, we gotta see this car.
It's going to be a very brief loading screen because the car is right nearby. It won't be that big prolonged.
The car's important. You spend a lot of time there, right?
You do spend a lot of time in the car.
I don't know if we'll see this. I mean, maybe you could force it by just sleeping or resting somewhere. But this thing it's talking about here with Prompto taking photos randomly, I think is maybe my favorite thing in the game so far.
Oh, really?
It's pretty ridiculous.
It results in some cool stuff.
It's such a cool idea
and
because
some really shitty stuff.
Yes.
because he literally is taking photos from his perspective in the game world, right?
Yeah.
Like randomly.
So have you caught him doing that other than, the scripted like, oh, let's pose here?
No.
I've seen some like, shots from in battle or something like that.
Like the battles are so
chaotic.
chaotic. I've never like actually seen him stop and snap a photo, but they are all just like photos of things you were doing randomly. It's such a cool idea.
Look at that.
Wow, that is very different from my car.
Yeah, so this is what it looks like when it's fully upgraded, and I just changed it to white because I'm fancy.
I have so much shit all over mine. Like, I'm not fancy.
Let me go rest real quick, and we can look at some photos.
Yeah.
There's the RV.
Yeah.
It's such a weird mashup of stuff.
Well, and what I don't get is in this world, like, this harmonica, like American blues music is playing in every part of Civilization. Like, that's the only music they listen to until you get to the other maps.
I can't knock him for that.
When I'm on the road, I need to hear some harmonica. Is that the only time that you hear the fanfare?
Sometimes Prompto will sort of sing it out loud after a big fight.
Yes, I've heard that. Yeah, so he's just like been taking photos.
Not that many.
That's not a good one.
No, these are all
See?
these are all shit. But I can show you some of the better ones.
Oh, because you've saved some.
Okay, cool.
Let me see.
Yeah, so I've got a couple of these. Some of these seem like story based.
Yeah, but then you get some good
you
ones.
Just get some random ass battle photos and stuff going on. It's a cool idea.
She's awful. She makes you look for frogs in the world, and you can't. They're so hard to see. You have to listen for them. So if you're playing those quests without headphones on, you are gonna have a real hard time succeeding. Let me try to find.
I've seen some where.
Organic.
Oh, there's the pinball game. Where it's like he was inside of a bush, and all I can see are like really aliased leaves. It's strange what they go for, but.
Is that a good one? No, that's a weird one. All right, whatever.
Either way, see, that looks fancy. Are we gonna upload it to Twitter or Facebook?
No.
You have that ability though.
I do have that ability.
So yeah,
Don't be one of those people.
they have Twitter and Facebook integrated.
Do we act like actually?
Yeah.
I did not notice that.
All right. So here we are in the overworld. You guys sure you don't want to see me fly my car? I kind of want to fly my car.
Can this one fly, or you got to load a different?
This one can fly.
All right.
All right.
okay.
Well, let's drive around the world a little bit first. I just want to kind of see.
Let's do that.
You've really souped this up.
Let's go. Where do you want to go?
Wherever. Whatever. Just find something cool.
Wherever the road takes us.
Pick a point. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whoa. That's a lot of quests. Holy crap.
Yeah, there are at least 80 side quests in this game.
Jeez.
So,
And wow, those are all active for you.
That's a lot of stuff.
Everything in order?
Yep.
Did you even bother manually driving the car for the most part, or you just let them do it?
I just let them do it. I didn't see any point.
That's kind of like at first I was like, fuck that, I want to drive this thing. But then once I tried it, I realized how limited the driving controls are.
It's not even really driving.
Yeah, I kind of decided.
I just want to sit
to.
in the back, listen to tunes.
Oh yeah, let's get some tunes going.
Yeah, what you got?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, 4? Hell yeah.
Yeah, you can buy 4 right away, Brad. Go back and get
I've
it.
asked before, but is Ebony really all that good?
Yep, I'm buying this.
Before, but yes, it is.
So yeah, pulling the camera out here, like, definitely helps you drink in the world a little bit better
Yeah.
versus this.
Yeah.
Which is what the game defaults to.
Right. Some good driving music.
The soundtracks are pretty limited in terms of the number of tracks
Yeah.
per album. It's like 6 or 7. I think like 13, and like those games have the most. But if you're looking for like all of Final Fantasy VII or all of Final Fantasy VI, you're not gonna find that.
Hit touchpad real quick. I kind of like the, or maybe it's too late since you're parking.
Oh, you wanted me to? Oh,
Yes.
Just
hold on
the-
a sec. Certainly.
what did you want me to do?
Like the kind of on the fly navigator.
Oh,
They already
Nice
parked, so I
change
guess
of pace.
sorry.
maybe when you drive next.
Yeah.
I like how it kind of does a little picture-in-picture of
Yeah.
your road trip, and you can
Me-
also navigate the map and
Oh,
stuff.
cool.
I'll activate that real quick. You can only do that during the auto driving.
Okay.
I should mention.
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
Sweet chocobos. You always set my soul at ease.
So this is the game, right? This is the flow, like kind of
cool.
drive from place to place
Yeah,
and do dungeons and
Take that the wrong way.
yeah,
that's kind of the
that's a lot of it. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in the overworld, like outside of dungeons, that you want to do as well, like
Right.
the hunting bounties for sure. Ooh, am I gonna get? Okay, so I love when this happens.
What?
The Magitech guys show up.
what?
Pull over a sec. Certainly.
So yeah, like throughout the game, more frequently, the sort of like military that took over your kingdom will appear in these drop ships and send out like giant mechs or like teams of soldiers.
Huh?
Let's get those.
Oh, why are you
motherfuckers.
leaving? Don't leave.
Looks like they dropped something down there.
Did you guys dump out or what?
You better
Can't
air
tell.
blimp away.
Fucker. I don't see anything.
Yeah, you sons of bitches. Get out of here.
Are those dinosaurs?
Yeah,
Is it Jurassic Park down
Are
there?
there
What's going on?
dinosaurs in the game?
weird giraffes. You can go fight them.
What have they done? Is
What
there a
have they-
bounty for them?
There probably is at some point in the
Can I
game.
make them into a hat?
And the bounties are all justified because these animals are responsible for property damage.
Oh, of course.
Don't need
Civil
some,
unrest and the
you, you don't need some big fantasy giraffe shitting on your lawn.
Whoa, what are those guys over there?
I don't know, let's go fight them.
Bugs.
Wuss. That stamina trick is
Yeah, it's crucial.
not having that meter. Because I saw you tweet about it, and I'm like, dude, I don't have a stamina meter. What the hell is going on? And then it was super frustrating when I'm just like holding down run, and then all of a sudden he'd like stumble and like couldn't run anymore, and I'm like, I don't understand what's going on here. It felt really bad.
Yeah. So I'll equip one of my legendary arms right now. This it's kind of like a big sword. It's like a samurai sword. These are really good, but they drain hit points when you use them.
From
So
you?
Yes.
Okay.
So you want to use them sparingly, which is why I tended not to use them.
Looks like you're getting HP back though.
Yeah, it's replenishing because I've got some skills and equipment applied that allows me to do that
Okay.
pretty fast.
All right. So do you use the weight meter an awful lot, or
I'm sorry, the witch meter?
you can go
No,
into like active or weight mode?
No,
like
I
that right there.
I kind of really dislike the weight thing.
Okay.
Because for me, it's like this, being in the heat of combat, understanding what an enemy's done, what it's going to do next. It's super important to not only make the game feel good and be fluid, but to just be successful.
Yeah.
So the weight mode just brings everything to a halt, and it begins to become about the minutia and planning, which this game is more, for me, about reacting than planning.
Right.
So I don't use the weight menu at all.
Okay.
Not that it's bad, I just don't like it.
Do you think it's effective, for people that are more used to
It's hard to say.
turn-based stuff?
It's hard to say just because I haven't
Haven't used that
haven't
much.
really used it that much.
That guy's huge.
Yeah, I think I can
Play video games.
beat him.
Go back where? To our hotel.
I want to say he's level like 65,
Yikes.
but I'm right around there as well. 58. Oh yeah, no problem.
And what do you think he did?
Clearly, he rolled over someone important.
Right. Okay. can you hop on his back and mine for materials
I wish.
like Monster Hunter?
My party is not doing so well.
They're hurting. Poor Prompto.
Whoa, that looked cool.
Prompto just looks like a bad Cloud cosplay.
Yeah, he totally does.
But you know what? I wish I could dress him up as Cloud. If he's gonna look that similar, where's the outfit? Where's my that shoulder pad?
Wait, is it dead?
No,
It's not dead. Why'd you get a summary screen?
Because I'm very close to the edge of the battlefield.
Oh, weird.
Wait, it didn't get all its health back, did it?
No. It will recharge though. So I'm gonna switch over to this ring and show you how effective, or how ineffective it can be. That's weird. Usually it works flawlessly. Attack me. Do something before my magic points run out.
All right, now ring him.
I wonder if I can.
Oh,
There we go.
All right, so there's a small chance it'll work because he's got that little skull next to his name, but
sure.
chances are it's gonna fail. 'Cause the high-level enemies are much harder to use this against.
Is that just the ring? Is just a random item you find?
No, it's story-based.
Oh, it's a big deal.
It belongs to the king.
Okay. So it's something they want you to be using a lot.
Yeah, but it's given to you a little over halfway through the game after you lose all of your powers. They're replaced with the ring, and then you eventually get them all back.
Okay.
So you go into the state of being weak, and then strangely strong, and then really freaking strong. Which is a kind of interesting flow. I did like that process.
So it sounds like there's a lot of worthwhile stuff to do even after you finish the story.
Yeah, I've played more after the story than I did to beat the story.
I guess they've gone in that direction for freaking almost 20 years at this point with like the weapons in Final Fantasy VII that you would have to level up way past the story to beat and stuff like that.
It's significantly the balance is significantly different this time though. Like it's so much more about non-story content.
Really?
Yeah.
So what I'm getting from this as we get to the end here.
It's going to it'll take me another 10 minutes to beat this guy probably.
Oh,
so
wow.
It's probably
maybe let's bounce out of here.
Yeah.
I would say the last thing, and people should turn this off if they don't want to see it, but the last thing is we should fly the car.
Let's do it.
I don't know, what I'm getting from this is you should get this if you are into the gameplay. Is that accurate?
That's
Sounds like just for the story, maybe not.
right. I mean, and you might like the story. I didn't. I thought it was.
I've heard of some people liking.
Yeah,
the story.
but,
a lot of people do.
But it also just sounds like it's kind of shorter than average, I guess, for Final Fantasy.
It's short. I found it to be, really unsurprising, and there are things that are just left on the cutting room floor. You're like, well, where's the end of that story?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Either they wrap it up
frustrating.
really quickly, or it's sort of just left to be forgotten.
Yeah,
This is some damn good Chocobo writing.
it's true. Well, that's what I'm getting at. It's like it seems like there's a lot of stuff around the edges of this game that are worthwhile. Even if the base story doesn't end up doing it for you.
Yeah. But so there are these these stories that exist beneath the surface of legends and stuff like that. And even those little things I find so much more fascinating than the character arcs that exist. Or don't. Alrighty. Let's do some flying. I don't care where, just pick anywhere.
Yeah, we haven't seen him in a while.
Oh, did I?
I don't know what you.
I just chose fast travel. Like an idiot.
This is a good opportunity to show off.
Do you go to a lot of cities like this? Like, are there spots where you can roam around a big metropolis like this?
No, there's nothing like a big metropolis in this game. The biggest city you get is this map that is just separate from every other map, and it is basically Venice.
Okay.
You are going around in gondolas. But there's not that much you can do. It's not that big. There's an arena, which I found, and I was like, oh, is this like Final Fantasy VII, where I get to fight high-level monsters with difficult conditions for great rewards?
Sure.
No.
Oh,
Really?
You
Wow.
bet on monsters fighting each other.
Oh,
and
no.
You try to influence battle by buying horns.
Wait a minute.
Vuvuzelas, and blowing them.
telling me they're running a chocobo fighting ring.
This sounds great.
It's not as fun as it sounds.
Do you feast on them afterwards?
I wish. I'm really sorry this loading screens came up. Big waste of time.
I'm kind of not because shit, like it's been problematic. Like I don't want to fast travel just because it
takes this long, right?
Wow.
All right, let me.
Great day for a walk, huh?
Yeah. Okay.
Great day for a flight. Don't you think?
Pretty cool looking car.
How else can you trick out your car?
This is the only noticeable. I mean, you can. You can change color and like add decals and
Yeah, I
stuff.
saw that shop. I don't know how much stuff is in there.
The shop is not really related to the car. That's just like items and stuff.
Oh.
So if you need to pick up some potions while you're on the road.
Gotcha.
It's all right. So I'm gonna wait for this takeoff icon to light up, and then I will.
You got to get up to 88.
Show me what other Final Fantasy IV songs are in here. Okay, good one. Oh, that's, yes.
Right to the final.
One of the best. Okay.
It's so quiet though. I can barely hear it. So like sometimes you can't take off because you're not in a good area. So this is probably gonna wait until it gets to like actual road.
Okay.
And what about the non-Final Fantasy music in here?
Is there any?
I think there might be. Yeah, there's like some like contemporary like
Right.
shit, but I don't listen to that.
Okay.
Sorry. Got no opinion.
Are there a lot of like pop songs in here? Because the game starts with a cover of a very well-known American pop song.
Right. There's
Is there
not
a lot more of that?
not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I just kind of stuck to the Final Fantasy stuff.
Can you hack your nitrous?
You do eventually. You get parts that make your car move faster, but you really don't notice it that much.
Gotta use your botnet to trigger the nanomachines
Oh,
to
man.
give you a turbo boost.
Now you're talking my language. All right, let me fly. Let's get out of this cave. Let's do a thing.
This world is just kind of cool looking. Like I can see the appeal of just sort of cruising around.
Yeah.
Except there's not as much dialogue here as I would have thought.
Yeah.
A tunnel. I wonder if they talk less when you're playing music. That's not something that
That's a rule that I have. Like whenever Bob Seger comes on,
Shut your
everybody
mouth.
shut the fuck
that
up.
is like quiet time, and Lisa knows that, and she's actively like maybe she doesn't know the song or something, but if I don't respond to her right away, she'll check and see what's playing. Oh, Bob Seger, that's right. We don't talk during Bob Seger. Okay.
Is this not gonna let me take off?
I don't think so.
The fuck.
It doesn't want to show it off. Do you have to like put out the wings or anything?
Well, yeah, but that's what that does,
Right.
and you can only do it when the game.
You need to be going 88 miles per hour.
Right. Come on. Give it to me. We're gonna spend as much time as we've spent playing this game. Just
Play me a new tune. This one's over, but
What do you want me to do?
I don't know. Play some music, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Are you sure you can fly? Was this just a fever dream that you had? Because this game just feels like a fever dream
It
at
does,
times.
right? Come on, this is a good spot for taking off. Let me do it.
Are you sure, Peter? I think takeoff just means like let's go.
What's the point?
Not actual
Does it
fly.
does it just let you fly or let you get there as the crow flies?
Yes,
Once you take off?
but there are some things you can't fly over, and definitely nothing you can fly under.
I'm feeling like this flying car is maybe not all it's cracked up to be.
What do you see?
You talked a big game, man. I don't
did.
know, but then-
I know. I'm proud of my flying car. You would be too.
Sure.
Yeah, it
I would
seems
love
great.
to have a flying
If it
car.
worked,
Fucking self-driving cars are a total scam.
killing joy. All right.
Do 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 do. Slay the
should-
Mulbadoom. Are there a
Do you
lot
have
of
do you have the
like
FX6?
returning monsters that you can think of that some like a behemoth or whatever?
Yeah, there's behemoths, there's bombs, like the fireball things. There are, imps are the first enemies you fight in the original Final Fantasy. Like those guys you saw me fighting in the cave. What else is there? You do fight a Marlboro. There are cactuars.
Good.
I've not seen one though. I've only seen it in footage.
We got any tomberries?
Did I see a Tonberry?
I don't know, man.
I think I might have.
Did you?
And I
live
swear
to
I
tell
saw-
the tale? I don't know.
He stabbed me with his tiny little knife and wandered off into the shadows. I don't know why this thing is not letting me take off. I wonder if weather is a factor?
That could be.
It doesn't want me flying in its volume. Oh, here we go.
What?
Wait, did it just
What?
randomly happen?
I saw it appear.
Oh.
Okay.
Whoa.
Hold on.
Man.
Oh, we're not done.
Wow.
We are not done.
Okay.
There is more.
Change flaps.
Dude,
Holy shit.
Look
Wow.
at those things.
Why?
What do
All
they
right.
even do?
Why?
that's kind of cool.
What
I
do
like
they
them.
even do?
I don't know, but it looks pretty neat.
So yeah, your tires are like the
Of course.
the rudders. You've got more control over this than you do your car on
The
the
actual
road.
driving.
So I can dip down, I can go up, and I can even crash. And that's how we should end the stream, because when you crash, it is a game over.
All right, do it.
I like that.
Oh no.
Is it gonna let me crash? Oh, I guess you can fly under these things. So okay, you have to begin your descent by being close to a road, and then you hit X, and then it turns into this. Is it gonna let me crash? Let me crash. Just do it. Just let me crash. No, don't
What is
fucking
happening?
do that.
What?
That's so fucking lame.
Game.
I wanted to go up in a blaze of fire.
I can't blame you, but all right. Well, that is a good broad overview of what the hell Final Fantasy 15 is.
Yeah, it's certainly intriguing to me. As someone who's kind of bounced off of a lot of the 3D Final Fantasies
Yeah.
in recent-ish years.
Really?
Yeah,
Not a fan?
not a fan.
No?
Yeah, I kind of dropped out after 7, I think.
No kidding. I've beaten all of them except for 12, and liked them at varying levels.
I did like 13's combat.
Yeah,
an
13
awful
has
lot.
great combat. This seems like pretty good combat too. I will keep playing this. I feel like what I've seen here is promising enough.
Yeah, it gets good.
To keep going with. Well, thanks for coming by, Peter.
Yeah, thanks
Anytime.
Thanks for letting us leverage your expertise here with this this big ass game.
My pleasure.
It's been a long wait. Here it is for fans and first timers. That's such a weird message.
It's a load of bullshit.
Thanks.